Happy Sunday and welcome to the Sunny Daze Podcast. I'm your host, Jolly. Time to catch up on our daily podcast from this week, all at one time. So let's get started. Well, we started off the week with, here's one for the Wait What file. Bubble wrap was originally invented as wallpaper. Back in 1957, two engineers, Alfred Fielding and Mark Canvas, thought it would be the next trendy textured wall covering. Imagine walking into someone's living room and seeing puffy plastic bubbles from floor to ceiling. Very futuristic, especially in 1957, and maybe a little noisy if you couldn't resist popping them, right? The wallpaper fad didn't stick, though, pun intended, but the invention found its true calling when shipping companies realized it was perfect for protecting packages. Fast forward to today, and bubble wrap isn't just for cushioning, it's for therapy. I mean, who hasn't popped a whole sheet just for the sheer joy of it? So next time you're unboxing something exciting, give a little nod to the wallpaper idea that never was and pop away. And then we had a happy Sunny Day shout out to a Miss Dolly Parton. Yes, today that day, Tuesday, was her golden note. And it went to a woman who's more than just rhinestone and big hair. Though let's be honest, she does rock both of those. Now, Dolly Parton isn't just a country music legend. With hits like Jolene and 9 to 5, she's a songwriter who's penned over 3,000 songs, a total business powerhouse who built Dollywood, and a philanthropist who quietly has given away millions of dollars, including funding research that helped develop the COVID-19 vaccine. And you might remember I Will Always Love You. Yes, she sang it, she wrote it, and she famously turned down Elvis Presley because she wouldn't give up her publishing rights. Now, was that smart? Oh, baby, that's business with a smile. From her music to her heart for literacy, with her Imagination Library program, Dolly's proof that kindness and ambition can be sequenced together just perfectly. So we gave a big shout out to Dolly, forever the queen of country and compassion. And as we move into our movie section, we just continued to shine and sparkle with Dolly. We talked about movies from 1989 to 5, all the way through 2020. There was 1982, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. There was 1984, Rhinestone, the musical comedy she did with Sylvester Stallone. Oh, when she was Trudy Jones in 1989, Trudy Jones in 1989, Steel Magnolias. The cameo, Beverly Hillbillies, 1993. She did so much. Gomeo and Juliet, where she had her voice as Dolly Gome. That was beautiful. A Joyful Noise, where she was alongside Queen Latifah. She played Gigi Sparrow. Oh my goodness, to name just some of them. And in 2020, her Christmas special, absolutely award-winning. And now, to a Jolly Chat original, Pause on Parade, kind of Pause on Patrol, the furriest ever Comic-Con. Well, once upon a sunny weekend in the heart of Meow Haddon, something truly historic was happening. And not historic like the invention of peanut butter, like historic, but no, this was fluffier, fiercer, and a whole lot fuzzier. It was the first ever Pause on Parade Comic-Con, and it wasn't for humans. It was for the stars of the fur world. And honey, they came dressed to impress. Super pets, sidekicks, intergalactic fetch champions, whiskered wonder heroes, they all gathered at the Whisper Dome Convention Center. The scent of peanut butter treats filled the air. The walls shimmered with holographic yarn garlands, and the paparazzi were out in full force. But no one, and I mean no one, stole the spotlight like the cast of the breakout hit series Rat Patrol. It was a reboot of the classic Rat Patrol, only this time the soldiers were all four-legged in their mission, keeping the park benches and alleyways safe from the sneakiest cheese thieves and the shadowy whiskered syndicates. And who was leading the charge? Well, Daisy, the fearless beagle with a nose for danger, and chicken nuggets. There was Hamilton, the dapper British short hair with bow tie armor and impeccable one-liners. There was Opie, the scruffy terrier who did all of his own stunts and occasionally chased the boom mic. There was Jerome, the gentle Great Dane with the deepest bark and biggest heart. Contessa, a regal Siamese whose stare alone could stop a villain in their tracks. And there was Phoebe, the feisty tabby, who hacked the surveillance system with a swipe of her paw. And the rest of the Paw Squad, well, they were all legends in the making. Fans wore mini costumes, barked for autographs, and even tried to join the squad. One enthusiastic Pomeranian submitted his own audition tape mid-panel. When the cast took stage, the crowd erupted. Daisy howled, Jerome barked, Contessa blinked slowly, the fans swooned. And just when the excitement couldn't get any higher, the trailer for the season finale played on the big screen. Explosions of squeaky toys, dramatic slow-mo tail wags, and the most epic line of the night from Opie. No rat gets the cheese on my watch. The crowd lost it. By sunset, the event had gone viral. Every major petfluencer was there. A hamster rode a skateboard across the stage. A parrot yelled, "Team Hamilton," from the rafters. It was pure, fluffy fandom magic. And as the stars gathered for their group photo, tails wagging, whiskers twitching, capes flowing, there was a shimmer in the air, not from the glitter confetti, but from the feeling that this was the beginning of a beautiful, awesome new era, the end. And our thought to ponder this week, well, if you could bottle one moment of joy in your life and open it up whenever you needed a lift, what moment would it be? Just a moment to refill your tank, to restart your joy, to laugh out loud. What would be your one moment? Let me know. And now our feel-good story. Well, the dance never leaves the heart. You know, sometimes music doesn't bring back memories, it brings back us. In a small care home in Spain, a 92-year-old former ballerina named Marta C. Gonzalez sat quietly in her wheelchair. Her eyes had dimmed from Alzheimer's. She had long since left the stage, and much of her life story was locked away behind the fog of memory loss. But then someone pressed play on a recording of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. Within seconds, something magical happened. Marta's posture straightened. Her eyes widened with recognition. And then her arms began to move, not just waving along to the music. No, these were graceful, deliberate, choreographed moments. Her muscles remembering every pirouette, every port de bras she had performed decades ago. For a few glorious minutes, she was not in a care home. She was back under those stage lights, the orchestra swelling, the audience holding its breath, and every sweep of her hands, every arch of her wrist was poetry in motion. The video of her performance spread across the internet, seen by millions. It's a powerful reminder. Even when our minds forget, the heart and soul remember the things we loved the most. So what's the one song or dance or piece of art that could bring you back to yourself, even decades from now? All right. Thanks for spending a little time with me in the sunshine. Until next Sunday, keep your heart light, your thoughts bright, and may your days be just a little more sunny.